very pleasant good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on a ball today, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm celebrating with this great spirit that I have the birthday of Dr. John Henry Clark. And in celebrating the birthday of Dr. John Henry Clark, I have to do so with the kind of urge and the kind of energy that Dr. Clark did his research and his studies. Again, happy Earth Strong, Dr. Clark. May you live perpetually. May your name be revered all over the world. And may every scholar who wants to learn remember your name. Long live the name of Dr. John Henry Clark. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this letter was sent to me by a fan. The fan's name is Smile to Joy. I don't know if it's a she or a he, but this was sent to me this morning after I did the Willie Lynch letter, the Willie Lynch syndrome. So Smile to Joy, I'm going to read it as you requested it for me to be read. And it goes like this. Letter from King Leopold II to colonial missionaries heading to Africa, 1883. Reverence, fathers, and dear compatriots. The task that is given to fulfill is very delicate and requires much tact. You will go certainly to evangelize, but your evangelization must inspire above all Belgium interests. Your principal objective in our mission in the Congo is never to teach the niggers to know God. This they know already. They speak and they submit to Mungu, one Nzambi, one Nzakomba, and what else I don't know. They know that to kill, to sleep with someone else's wife, to lie and to insult is bad. Have courage to admit it. You're not going to teach them what they know already. Your essential role is to facilitate the task of administrators and industrials, which means you will go to interpret the gospel in the way it will be the best to protect your interests in that part of the world. For these things, you have to keep watch on disinteresting our savages from the richness that is plenty in their underground. To avoid that, they get interested in it and make you murderous. Competition and dream one day to overthrow you. Your knowledge of the gospel will allow you to find texts ordering and encouraging your followers to love poverty like happier are the poor, because they will inherit the heaven. And it is very difficult for the rich to enter the kingdom of God. You have to detach from them and make them disrespect everything which gives courage to affront us. I make reference to their mystic system and their war fetish, warfare protection, which they pretend not to want to abandon. You must do everything in your power to make it disappear. Your action will be directed essentially to the younger ones, for they won't revolt when the recommendation of the priest is contradictory to their parents' teaching. The children have to learn to obey what the missionary recommends. Who is the father of their soul? You must singularly insist on their total submission and obedience. Avoid developing the spirit in the schools. Teach students to read and not to reason. There, dear patriots, are some of the principles that you must apply. You will find many other books which will be given to you at the end of this conference. Evangelize the niggers so that they stay forever in submission to the white colonialists, so they never revolt against the restraint they are undergoing. Recite every day, happy are those who are weeping, because the kingdom of God is for them. Convert always the black by using the whip. Keep the women in 9 months of submission to work freely for us. Force them to pay you in sign of recognition. Goats, chicken, or eggs every time you visit their villages. And make sure that niggers never become rich. Sing every day that it is impossible for the rich to enter heaven. Make them pay tax each week at Sunday Mass. Use the money supposed for the poor to build flourishing business centers. Institute a confessional system which allows you to be good detective denouncing any black that has a different consciousness contrary to that of the decision maker. Teach the niggers to forget their heroes and to adore only ours. Never present a chair to a black that comes to visit you. Don't give him more than one cigarette. Never invite him for dinner, even if he gives you a chicken every time you arrive at his house. The above speech, which shows the real intention of the Christian missionary journey in Africa, was exposed to the world by Mr. Moukani Mukwani Bokoko, born in the Congo in 1915, and who in 1935, while working in the Congo, bought a second-hand Bible from a Belgian priest who forgot the speech in the Bible. Africans should note that all missionaries carried out and still carried out that mandate up till today. We are only lucky to have found King Leopold's articulation of the aim of all Christian imperialist missionaries to Africa. Even the African converts who today manage to hold the churches in Africa, the priests, bishop, archbishop, cardinal, etc., of the Roman and Protestant sects, and especially also those who evangelize born-again Christianity, still serve the same mandate, which is why they demonize African God and anglicize African names and drop the names of African deities which form part of African names, and still attack and demolish the African shrines that have managed to survive centuries. Those Africans who voluntarily converted to Christianity before the colonial conquest, such as Alfonso I of Congo in the 15th century, probably did not discern the purpose of the brand of Christianity that was supplied to them, which was probably why they felt easy prey to the missionary and the white traders and pirates who followed them. But their Japanese counterparts probably did discern the game, even without access to some version of Leopold's letter. But even if the Japanese shoguns did not intuit what Leopold makes explicit, they clearly realized the danger of Japanese converts to Christianity, forming a fifth column within Japanese society and state, a fifth column loyal to their co-religionists in Europe. Africans, Jamaicans, I'm not here trying to knock one religion or one Christianity, but all I'm saying to you is don't just take things at face value. You have the ability to read, don't it? Start to do your research. Get online, and not everything online is the fact, don't get me wrong. But if you do research, which means to dig deep, dig long, dig hard, go from one writer to another, guess what? Truth crushed the earth must rise. So my fellow Jamaicans, do what I have been doing. I've been doing my research since I was 23 years old, since I went to the United States of America, since I didn't even know who the Right Honorable Marcus Garvey was. Can you imagine having been born in the same parish, St. Anne, at not knowing who this great human being was? It is a shame. So I vowed my life. From I was 23, I vowed my life. I said I'm going to be studying and doing research and be able to come back with the truth. Not just my story, not just history, but we're talking about the truth. I have pledged to bring the truth to my fans, bring the truth to my fellow Jamaicans, and then you decide what you want to do after being presented with the truth. I have to big up my sister Jenny Wren. Jenny Wren is one of those matriarchs that has been working long and hard and doing a lot of research. So Jenny Wren, I salute you for the work that you've been doing. I love what you've been doing. I love what you've been saying. And I just admire your steadfastness. Continued. Sometimes you get a little down and I can understand. I understand, Jenny. But Jenny, You were born for a purpose. You did not ask to do what you are doing. You were ordained to do what you're doing. So my fans, go over to Jenny page. Listen to what this African woman, this beautiful African woman is saying. She speaks facts and she speaks from her heart. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude this, John Henry Clark, or let me say Dr. John Henry Clark, may your spirit, your soul, your teaching, your writings, your books, your lectures continue to soar to higher heights. And I do only hope that we as Jamaicans continue to read. That is our problem. We just don't read enough. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for affording me this quality time on our forum, the People's Forum of Industries. I do hope you have a great day, like I am having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you have a great day. Thank you.